The sound of her laugh hit me before I even turned around. That same laugh, soft, teasing, familiar enough to slice through my chest like a blade dipped in nostalgia. When I finally looked, there she was, Lena, standing in the doorway of my living room, sunlight catching the auburn highlights in her hair. For a second my breath faltered. "Hey," she said, voice trembling just enough to sound rehearsed. "I thought maybe we could talk." It had been 11 months since I'd watched her pack her clothes into that midnight blue suitcase and drive away. 11 months since she'd told me she needed space to figure herself out, though the text from her coworker's number later made it clear what that really meant. Now here she was, smiling faintly, dressed in that soft beige coat I once bought her for her birthday. She looked almost nervous. I wanted to ask why she was here. I wanted to ask if she still saw him. But instead I said, "You look well." Her eyes darted to the sofa, where a folded blanket and a half-finished glass of whiskey Saturday. "You still drink this brand," she said softly. "Guess some things don't change." "Some do." She hesitated, her lips parting as if to confess something. Instead, she stepped closer and placed her purse down. "I missed this place." "Missed you." There it was, the line I'd imagined 100 times in the dark, the one I used to dream about hearing. And yet it didn't land the way I thought it would. There was something off in her tone. A thin crack that sounded like guilt masquerading as affection. I poured another glass, partly for courage, partly for distance. "You didn't miss me when you left." Her eyes softened. "People make mistakes, Ethan. I made one. I thought the grass was greener, but it wasn't. I want to fix things." Her words trembled, raw and hesitant, and for a fleeting second, I almost believed her. But then came the faint buzz from her phone, face down on the table. A name flashed on the screen before fading: Tessa. My stomach twisted. Tessa, her best friend. My mind flickered through memories. Barbecues, birthdays, the way Tessa's laugh used to fill our home when she visited. She was the one who comforted me when Lena left, the one who told me I deserved better. The one who started texting me late at night when the silence got too loud. Lena didn't notice my glance at the phone. She was busy scanning the room, her expression softening as her gaze landed on a photo frame on the shelf. Me and Tessa, standing on the hiking trail near Lake Marlowe. "I didn't know you still saw her," Lena said quietly. "She helped me through some things," I replied, careful, deliberate. Her jaw tightened just slightly, a flicker of something sharp behind her eyes. "Of course she did. She's always been good at comforting people." There it was, envy laced with something uglier. I recognized it, because that was exactly how I'd felt when I discovered her messages with Ryan. The colleague she swore was just a friend. I didn't respond. I let the silence breathe, thick and heavy, until she finally said, "I came because I thought maybe we could start over." The weight of her words sank deep. A part of me still wanted to forgive, to rewind, to forget how her betrayal had hollowed me out. But before I could answer, I heard the faint creak of the hallway door. Lena froze. Tessa stepped out, wearing one of my shirts. Her hair was tousled, her smile calm, confident. "Oh," she said softly, eyes flicking between us. "You're early." Lena's face drained of color. "You're kidding." Tessa's voice was steady. "He didn't tell me you were coming. But maybe you should have expected it. You left him, remember?" The air snapped between them like an electric current. Lena's hands clenched at her sides. "So this is what this was? Some kind of revenge?" Tessa laughed quietly. "Revenge? No. Maybe just connection. The kind you threw away." Lena turned to me, eyes brimming with tears and disbelief. "You're with her?" I didn't answer right away, because even then I didn't know how to label it. Was it love? Healing? Or two broken people trying to glue their cracks together with shared pain? I finally said, "I'm not the same man you left. And she's not the same friend you thought she was." Lena's expression fractured. Her lips trembled as she whispered, "You think this makes you better than me?" "No," I said quietly. "Just finally free." She stared at me for a long, heavy moment, as if searching for the man who once begged her not to go. But he was gone. When she finally grabbed her purse and walked out, the silence she left behind wasn't the kind that ached. It was clean. Final. Tessa stepped closer, her hand brushing mine. "You okay?" I exhaled slowly. "I don't know. Maybe this isn't right either." She nodded. Maybe not. But at least it's honest. Outside, I could see Lena's silhouette in the fading sunlight, pausing for a second before walking down the path. She turned once, her face unreadable, and then disappeared. The glass in my hand trembled, not from regret, but from the strange relief that came with the truth. For so long, I'd imagined her return as redemption. Instead, it became closure. As the door clicked shut, Tessa leaned her head against my shoulder. The quiet between us wasn't perfect. It was complicated, messy, and still heavy with ghosts, but it was real. And maybe after everything, that was enough.